Stephanie Cutter, the main voice for the Democrats and Barack Obama, says women are not worried about the last 4 years. They're worried about the future.
That's the other thing that you find most often with women. They're not really concerned about what's happened over the last 4 years. They really want to know what's going to happen in the next 4 years.
My gosh, that is so true. They don't give a crap.
They don't.
That their family income is plummeted $4,300.
Right.
They don't care.
Can I tell you something? They really don't care at all about the past. That's why Hope and Change worked so well.
Right.
Because they were just in this vacuum. They're like, what's the future? George Bush, what?
And hope was the future, and so was change.
Right.
And they don't care that the change turned out to be that your gas price would double.
Yeah. Well, no,
Let's
not be. Please be accurate. 107%.
Okay, that's true.
Okay, 107%.
Their grocery bills also went up by hundreds of dollars per year. Their electricity rates necessarily skyrocketed.
And wait, here's the great thing. This is from the board from last night. Mm-hmm. This is what I put up on the chalkboard last night. And it's basically to this point, but it's not to women. This is for everybody. If your friends say, why do I always feel broke if things are getting better? Well, it's because when you elected Barack Obama, and I know this is the women, I'll try to take a picture. If you're watching on Dish or on the Blaze TV, would you do me a favor? Just take a picture of a flower from time to time or a kitty cat for all of the women that Stephanie Cutter believes, because we're going to talk about the past. When Barack Obama got in, your gas was $190. That's what you were paying every month, $190. Average gas now is $389. So you've spent in the last 4 years $9,236. Is that better or worse?
They don't care. They don't care. They don't worry about that.
So women, if you want to just pay attention to the future, women are smart enough to know, according to Stephanie Cutter, they're not, but they're smart enough to know if I paid an extra $9,000 in gasoline over the last 4 years and the policies aren't changing, what are the next 4 years going to be like?
Could gas double again?
Correct. Why is my gas and electricity so high? Because he shut down the Gulf, then he banned offshore drilling, then he shut down the Keystone oil pipeline, and now he's using the EPA to close down the coal plants. And already we have about 550 coal plants in America. We get about half of our energy from everything that spills out of that light socket. Here, let me talk down to the women a bit for Stephanie Cutter. I know this doesn't, this is history and it really doesn't matter to you. But that light socket isn't magic. I know I knew you grew up with the Easy Bake Oven.
What?
Yeah, I know. But when you plug that in, that goes to a power plant. We'll have Stephanie Cutter explain it to you what a power plant does.
So there's a plant that grows and then you...
No, but thank you. What this is they burn coal. About 50%, 43% of our energy comes from coal. Right now, he's taken 1/5 of those coal plants and shut them down. He's going to shut down an additional 200 plants in the next 2 years. That means 50% of our electricity generation in the future. So now you can pay attention. In the future, 50% of our generation is going to be cut by 50%. So how high is your gas price or your electricity price going to be?
Won't that be made up by the magic solar power he's doing and stuff?
Let me ask you, Stephanie. So women only care about the future. So are you telling me that they don't think about how are my kids going to pay for the college that they're already doing, that they're already in?
And by the way, do they know that fat lump on their couch is their husband who lost his job in the last 4 years?
Are they not worried about that?
They're not worried about that. Don't worry about that.
How about in-state tuition up 25% and private tuition up 20% in the last 4 years? Obama's solution is I'm going to guarantee the loan. So everybody should have a guaranteed government loan. You know what this is? This is worse than the housing idea. Who can afford their loan? Do you know that their people are defaulting at record rate for those loans? So his idea is guarantee the loan. So all the taxpayers. So if your kid is in college, you're gonna have a guaranteed loan, but you're gonna also be guaranteeing all of the neighbor kids as well. And then he's going to make it as close to zero as an interest rate as you possibly can get. So basically, it's free money to go to college. But the tuition is going up 25% in the last 4 years for in-state, 20% for private. Those are over the last 4 years. Romney is saying you have to find new ways to educate. We have to dismantle what we're creating. A cheaper education. And don't allow students to enslave themselves to debt by giving away free money. And you have to know you're going to be responsible for paying that back. Now, women, are you really this stupid? You want to talk about a war on women? Stephanie Cutter believes that you don't care about the last 4 years. Well, if you don't care about the last 4 years, how are you making any decision on what is coming in the next 4 years? She really is talking down to women to a point to where she could say, oh, look at that. Look how pretty that is. Oh, look at that. You're so pretty, and it's going to be wonderful 4 years. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, but you were just in the back a second ago punching me in the face. Who's thinking about that? Don't think about that. You walked into a wall. Excuse me? I think you've been abusing me. No, it's going to be great. It's going to be rosy. Really? Stephanie Cutter is actually forwarding the idea of believing an abuser that he'll never do it again. Well, that was last night, honey. That was last night. I'm so sorry. It was last night. Let's just think about the future. It's going to be good. I'm a changed man, and it's going to be good. Except this abuser doesn't even say he's a changed man. He says, I didn't abuse you. I didn't make your gas price go up 107%.
That was your last husband.
Yeah, that was your last husband. I had nothing to do. Honey, we've been married for 4 years, and things are getting worse. Yeah, but no, it's not. It's the other husband that was causing all of this. I didn't make your gas go up. I didn't make your grocery prices go up. I didn't hit you in the face. I didn't take all of our friends that were friends, actual friends, and run them off and then bring in really bad people into our house. I didn't do that. What? You're just making that up. Honey, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And I'm not a changed man. You're going to be a changed woman. You're going to see the error of your ways and see how bright I am. No, thank you. What woman is that dumb? Not one I married. One that you married, Pat?
Nope.
One that you married?
No.
One that you married, Jeffy? I don't know who those women are. They're the women I think are married to and believe they're abusive husbands.
That's really despicable. I mean, it's unconscionable what they're saying about. But then if Mitt Romney says that 47% of people don't pay taxes, it's the worst thing they've ever heard. But this is not a problem.
You know why? Can I ask you a question? What parent says, you know what? The family's doing better off. The kids are all living under our house. They're all living under our roof, and we're just paying and subsidizing them. They don't have a job. They can't afford the education. They can't do anything, but we got them. We're going to be able to pay them. And in fact, we're bringing some of the neighbor kids into the house. And somebody in the house would say, well, we can't afford all of this in the first place. And in the second place, and maybe more importantly, shouldn't they be going out and learning how to do it on their own? No, honey, things are getting better. Listen to me. Things are getting better. We've got the kids living underneath the house. I'm paying for all of them. And some of them, yeah, but John can work. Yeah, whatever. It's hard. You don't understand. He's got to live here, and I've got to pay for his car. And he's going to be a child on our insurance until he's 57 years old. That is really, we have to, honey, would you listen to me, please? You know, for years and years, kids had done amazing things. George Washington was surveying at 14. Some of our greatest heroes in war signed up when they were 16 years old. But you know what? We've got to redefine the definition of child. We've got to expect less. We've given them trophies, but they still don't have that self-esteem. That wasn't good enough. We now have to make sure that they understand they're a child until they're 26. Are you out of your mind?
And if your wife questions that, you accuse her of conducting a war on our children.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the level of discourse at this point.
And it doesn't make any sense. It's common sense. And these are the times that try men's souls. Make no mistake, while they try to enslave your children and trap them into debt, it would be better if they did not go to college than to get out of college and have $155,000 of debt. It would be better for them to spend 2 years in a community college and have $8,000 in debt. It is unreasonable and wrong to enslave our children to this debt. And if they guarantee it, if they say the government will guarantee it, I am telling you, that is a mark against your child's soul. It really is. Because they have not paid for it. There's a study out that shows what happens to kids. If you were a space alien and the space alien came down and you said, hey, which kids are happier? Are the kids happier that are living in Beverly Hills and they don't have to, they don't have to work for anything? Mom and dad get them a car and they get whatever they want and they can go wherever they want and they have the greatest education. Or the ones who are working on the farm and have to do all these things and their parents assign chores to them all the time. Which one is happier? Space alien would say the guys in California. But the truth is the guys who are living on the farm and have to work all the time. There is something when you don't pay it back, when you're not a part of the system, when you're just a taker and not a giver, you resent those who gave everything to you. That's what's happening. They resent the fact that we, whether they say this or not, that we gave them everything, that we gave them without any earning of that trophy, of that ribbon, of that win. There's no win there. We took that win from them. There's no win. If there is no struggle, there is no win. There is no victory. It's the wrong course. And it is a wrong course for not only the country, but the soul of your children. And if moms don't care, well, then I don't understand moms. I contend moms really care. And they're beginning to see the direction that this country has gone in, not for 4 years, but for 25 years. And they see this is the wrong course. And it's only getting worse. And they do care.